is the Big O Show. This 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 is
There's just one place to get our biggest discount on a 2024 Acura. Take up to $10,000 off. $10,000 off at Acura of Pembroke Pines, the #1 Acura dealer in the USA.
Oh, great. You got a doorbell camera. Now you got a front row seat to your house getting robbed.
No.
And there's nothing you can do about it.
Get out of my house!
Ooh, Mom's jewelry. There goes the TV. I'm sure it'll turn up at the pawn shop.
No!
Just because you can see them, that doesn't mean you can stop them. With Slogans, you get 24-hour monitoring, a free home security system, and professional installation. Plus, a free doorbell camera.
Free?
One that'll actually work for you. It's not total security unless it's the Sloman Shield. Call 1-800-ALARM-ME.
There's just one place to get our biggest discount on a 2024 Acura. Take up to $10,000 off. $10,000 off at Acura of Pembroke Pines, the #1 Acura dealer in the USA.
Welcome to Caneswear. New store, new items, same great experience. Family owned and operated since 2010, Caneswear has the latest merchandise from the Miami Hurricanes, Miami Dolphins, Florida Panthers, Inter Miami CF, and more. Come visit us at our store in Davie on University Drive, just south of 595, or online at caneswear.com. Caneswear, the spot Miami fans shop.
After 40 years, the Big Cheese Miami is still producing great Italian food. They started in 1984. Since then, they've been winning awards while being voted the best inexpensive Italian restaurant in Miami. Visit them for great food, amazing service. Witness the decades of Cane's memories. The walls are like a Miami Hurricanes Hall of Fame. The Big Cheese delivers anything on its menu or party platter menu to your home, office, or even a park for a picnic. Located at 8080 Southwest 67th Avenue, Miami. Call 305-662-6855. TheBigCheeseMiami.com, where they serve large portions at family prices.
Over 2,000 Toyotas are in stock and on their way to Toyota of Hollywood. Get our lowest price on every Toyota, including Corolla, Camry, Highlander, Tacoma, and RAV4. Like a 2024 Corolla LE, $19,975. Need credit? If you earn at least $500 a week, we want to say you're approved at Toyota of Hollywood on 441 between Hollywood Boulevard and Sheridan Street. Open till midnight.
I think I know what this is. Houston, we have a package. Hello?
No matter where you are, the Sloman Shield home security system guards your home. With next-gen perimeter protection, 24/7 monitoring, and interior motion sensing. And right now, get a free Sloman Shield security system and doorbell camera, all professionally installed, for free.
Shield your world, the Sloman Shield.
For over 16 years, EJDConstruction.com has provided South Florida residents quality craftsmanship, accurate project management, and exceptional service. That's why EJDConstruction.com is an A-rated member of Angie's List and the Better Business Bureau. When you're looking for the right custom home builder for additions or home remodeling, please call my friend Eric at 305-433-4843. That's 305-433-4843 for EJDConstruction.com.
Hi, this is Jeff Welt from Welt & Rayom. Dan and I have been in business together for over 22 years. We're not your typical lawyers. When Dan's not working in the office, he's flying his stunt plane. When I'm not in the office, I'm either getting tattooed, bowling, riding a motorcycle, or going to concerts. We might not be your typical attorneys, but we are aggressive attorneys, and we'll do whatever it takes to get you what you deserve. Consultations are always free. Call us anytime, 24/7.
Welt & Rayom can help.
If you're looking to take your home or business to the next level, then RM Contractors and Custom Drywall can assist you. RM specializes in new residential turnkey, new commercial turnkey, home and office remodeling. Call them for free estimates. Serving all of South Florida, licensed and insured. Call Ray or Mike, 305-345-3649. You work hard to create the perfect atmosphere. You dream it, we'll build it. RM Contractors and Custom Drywall, 305-345-3649 or Instagram at RM Contractors.
The viewpoint statements or beliefs expressed on the following program by the host, guests, or callers are not necessarily the opinions of FantasyXS.com, Media Group Inc., ownership, management, sponsors, or website. Miami Dolphins fans, time to rock out with another Dolphins Pregame Show. Big O and the boys are ready to give you the latest information, injury news, gambling insight as we get ready for kickoff. The Pregame Show is brought to you by Welt & Rayom, Toyota of Hollywood, Acura of Pembroke Pines, Hialeah Park Casino, RM Contractors. The broadcast is mastered by executive producer Sean Stanley. Here's your host, the Big O, Orlando Alzugari.
Man, Jesus Christ, dude. I mean, seriously, this is how we're going to start the goddamn show? Tyreek Hill's getting arrested here in the pregame? Is that what we're doing here? I mean, we'll put up the video now and we'll find out, but it's... I don't know. How do you get arrested? What are you doing that you're getting arrested pregame, dude? Here's the video for those of you that, you know, are wondering the same thing the rest of us. Like, you know, this is an all-timer. You know, Sean, I don't know if you recorded it or whatever, you know, whatever. I explained all of this and what happened with the Tyreek contract, right? I told you, you shouldn't give him an extension. I told you, you should have traded Butler. I told you, you should have gotten rid of X. I told you, you shouldn't extend Tyreek. But I explained to you, he's so volatile, they did not want to deal with the entire season of not giving him an extension because they really didn't want to give him the extension. But because he's so volatile and because they're so close and they need him, they rolled the dice. And there's where you pay the price when you roll the dice. You know, I'm sorry, but, you know, I do this for a living, and I've done it for 34 years. And I was right when I told you, get off the X train 2 years ago. I was right when I told you, get off the Butler train. And I was right here. I was right here. I told you, they should not give him an extension. But I also told you that they were afraid inside the building that if they didn't give him the extension, he would not behave himself this year because mentally he's not that guy. And that proves it constantly, bro. This is constant. This doesn't end with Tyreek Hill, dude. Why did you extend him? I don't get it. Why do you keep Butler? Why did you keep X? What was the other one that I was right on? Get rid of Butler, get rid of X. There was another one, Sean, that I said you got to get rid of it ahead. You got to get off the gravy train ahead of time. And they didn't, and they paid the price. But this is it right here. I don't know. I'm reaching out to people to find out what's going on. You're not going to get anything from the team. But yes.
The team actually a minute ago just released a statement. Marcel retweeted it. This morning, wide receiver Tyreek Hill was pulled over for a traffic incident about 1 block from the stadium and briefly detained by police. He has since been released. Several teammates saw the incident and stopped to offer support. Tyreek and all other players involved have safely arrived to the stadium and will be available for today's game.
So he got released because he's Tyreek Hill and it's game day. And guys don't do this to us. So what's he doing? Driving around with a suspended license? Doesn't end with this guy, bro. Just doesn't end with this guy. But they had to roll the dice. I told you this when they signed him. They had to roll the dice and they had to sign him to a contract because they were afraid he's so volatile that the whole year of him not getting an extension, what could happen? And they're so close. So it's a 2-year deal. You got to deal with it this year and next year. The third year you could get out of it. They could take a cap hit and get the hell out of it. This is the shit you got to deal with all the time. What a shame, dude. What a shame. Like, yeah, amazing. What a dumbass. So all I can say is, what a dumbass. So whatever it is, dude, you need to run your life so much cleaner than everybody else. You're constantly involved with the police. You're constantly involved in trouble. Have somebody drive you. You know? Have somebody drive you. It's like Tiger Woods. Not like this, but Tiger should never be driving. He can't drive, clearly. So have somebody drive you. You know, and in this case, have somebody drive you, man. Let them get the traffic violation. Just the same shit as always. Like, man, dude, like, and you only got a break because you're Tyreek Hill. You and I, we go to jail. You know, but if you're Tyreek Hill or you're Rick Sanchez, you're allowed to go back home and take a shower and come back after you ran somebody over and nearly killed them. But they died later on after the coma. Whoo! Big O, can someone tell Hill to invest his money in a new brain? Well, that's not going to happen. That's not going to happen. But just like, Jesus Christ, dude. Wake the hell up. Wake the hell up. Anyway, looks like you got away with something. At least he's going to play. Anyway, this is like the Scotty Scheffler thing. Oh my God, after the arrest, he's going to be red hot. And then he ends up. Has anybody heard of Scotty Scheffler after the? Has he done anything after the arrest? I think he won something, right? I think he might have won something. But Jesus Christ, man. Come on, dude. You have all these injuries, and this is one of the topics that I wanted to talk about today on the show, was the injuries, because you've got a lot of injuries and really no explanations. And I got to tell you something. This is the strangest season I've ever seen. And when it comes to injuries, I want you guys to explain to me. By the way, please smash the hell out of the like button. Okay? Come on, man. We got nearly 300 people watching and only 55 likes. Come on, man. That's criminal. Give us a little love here. This is, I don't know what to figure out with injuries. We're going to find out what the inactives are in a few minutes. But Jalen Ramsey, so he might play today? Really? Because that's catastrophically stupid. A guy that's practiced once or twice in the last month or two. So all of a sudden, you're maybe play him on. Why would you play Ramsey? The way I looked at it was that now that he came back to the field on Friday, I think it was on a limited basis, now you're getting him ready for Thursday. That's the way I'm looking at it. I'm not looking at Ramsey playing today, but I can't read this anymore. Odell was running just fine, and all of a sudden he's out for 4 weeks. Ramsey hasn't practiced for over a month, well, maybe once or twice, and he's going to play now? Walker, the linebacker, was nowhere to be found for almost 2 months, and he's playing. He didn't practice. I don't understand any of this. Walker plays without practicing, yet Odell doesn't play, and he was running like the wind. And so now Ramsey, who hasn't practiced, and now people are saying that he might play today on a pitch count? Well, maybe you have all these injury problems because you don't know how to handle your injured players. Because if Ramsey plays today, that's about the dumbest thing I've ever seen in my life. It's one of them. It's not the dumbest because I've heard you guys wanting to take Ronnie Brown to take a knee before the goal line. You know, I've heard fans say even, dumb things that are even worse than this. Because fans really, when it comes to stupidity, they kind of top it. They'll come up with the craziest shit there is in the world. But the NFL teams sometimes do some things that are really, really stupid. Why would Ramsey play today? So why? Why would he play today? Why isn't Odell playing? How is Walker playing? So then where's the lies? Somebody's practicing without you saying that he's practicing. I don't know how to follow this anymore. I don't know how to understand it anymore. Even when they give you the information, by the way. Because I told you, right? Weeks ago, OBJ and Brewer are playing today. I told you that. Weeks ago, I told you OBJ and Brewer are playing. Brewer's playing, but OBJ isn't. But wait a minute. OBJ was running well. Why isn't he playing? But Walker hasn't practiced, but he's playing. And then Jalen Ramsey hasn't practiced, but he might play on a pitch count? I don't know how to figure this out. You know what I'm saying? But I will say this, they better figure it out because, by the end of the year, you're so injury riddled, you can't win shit. So I don't know what's going on behind the scenes on the injured side. I don't know what it is about preparing the players or repairing the players or prepping the players or I don't know what it is. But you're doing a piss poor job. It's either bad luck or you're doing a piss poor job. One of the two. I'd like to lean to bad luck, but when I start seeing the beginning of the season and what I know, and then I see how it's being handled in the last month, I don't find a rhyme or reason to any of it. Walker's not supposed to be playing. A guy that has not practiced in 2 months is starting today. But yet OBJ was running like the wind. I can't tell you exactly what I know, but I can tell you I spin it another way and tell you he was running like the wind, but then he's not playing. But then Jalen Ramsey can't practice. But then he gets a new contract. But he's got a quad injury. But you still might play him today? Is it a mismanagement of information, news, or the player? I'd like to know. Because it's really terrible what's going on. It's so inconsistent. There's no rhyme or reason to any of it. When you think about what I've just told you now, there is zero rhyme or reason. Walker's not supposed to be playing today. Ramsey has no business taking the field. But Brewer, he disappeared forever. I told you he was playing, but I also told you OBJ was playing. So what happened behind the scenes? How come it went well with one guy and then all of a sudden the other guy who was running like the wind is not playing? And he wasn't happy with it either because he knows he was running like the wind. Anyway. So, you know. All right. Who knows? All right, let's see. What else do we have? Let me see what we got here on the chat board. Smash it, bro. Let's go. We're up to 126 and 324 are watching. I see Oscar Rojas is first in and Jay Gelfin, One-Eyed Jack. Thank you all out there. As always, don't forget, you can make a donation to the program, support our show, Cash App or Venmo at Cash Big O Show. That is Cash Big O Show, Cash App or Venmo. And you can make a Bitcoin or Ethereum donation, which we always appreciate the hell out of those. A deal between Jamar Chase and the Bengals is not expected to happen after months of negotiation. The two sides couldn't bridge the gap. Cincinnati was unwilling to compromise. Chase remains undecided about playing Sunday versus the Patriots. He's questionable with an illness. An illness. My bank account is hurting. Mike Brown. By the way, another fantastic prediction here made on the show. Did I not tell you 3 years ago or 2 years ago? When was Cincinnati in the Super Bowl? 2 or 3 years ago? It's been a while now. But anyway, I told you when they made the Super Bowl, I go, this smells of Ken Anderson and Boomer Esiason. Cincinnati gets their one shot. They make it, and they never go back again. Ken Anderson never went back again. Boomer Esiason never went back again. And Joe Burrow will never go back again. Why? Because the Browns own the team. Cheap bastards. So appreciate Stephen Ross because he'll spend it even on a knuckleheaded wide receiver who doesn't know how to stay out of trouble. Okay? You've got Jamar Chase who's willing to do anything and doesn't get in trouble and can't get paid. But Stephen Ross will write the check to a knucklehead. I mean, you know, you can't write this stuff, dude. You can't write this stuff. So I, that's all right. It's all good. It's all good. By the way, on Friday, we gave you another winner. We told you go Eagles -2, and they won 34-29. So I hope you won. We gave you yesterday UM and FAMU over 57.5. You won. You are welcome. We got that. We got some picks for you in this game also that we're going to do. I like Malik. It was like plus 750 for anytime touchdown, but obviously he's injured now, so he's not playing. And again, these are things I can't explain what's going on with the injuries in the Dolphins and the inconsistencies. What they tell you and what they do are completely two different things. And what they tell you is going on is not accurate at all. It's not accurate. No. I don't know. If I'm Vegas and I'm betting and all that, I'm pointing at the Dolphins in Vegas and saying those people are liars. They mislead you. You really don't know when a player is going to play or not play, because the misinformation that's coming out of Miami is maybe the worst in the NFL right now. Seriously. It's bad. It's really, really bad, the misinformation that's coming out of Miami for injuries. There is so much inconsistency. It seems like pure lies. Sorry, but that's how it comes off. You can't play Ramsey now. Doesn't make sense. But you're going to play him? Nah, I just have – that's king-size stupidity. It's not just dumb. It's king-size stupidity. And then that tells me Walker has been practicing for weeks. Weeks. And they didn't tell anybody. He was just out every day. Because all of a sudden he's playing? Come on, dude. You think I was born yesterday? You think I just started covering this league or something? I've been covering this league longer than some of the people that have been on the beat on Earth. There are people on the beat that aren't even 30 years old. You think I was born yesterday? You think I'm stupid or something? Come on, man. You know, a lot of bullshit coming out of Miami. A ton of bullshit coming out of Miami. So, MDPB about to get cooked. Yeah, bro. My brother, do you have any perspective? Are you context? Or what are you, 15 years old? I just told you the cops allowed Rick Sanchez to run a guy over and put him in a coma, and they let him go home so he can shower and have some coffee and then come back and take his breathalyzer and all that other stuff. Where were you? Again, were you born yesterday? Come on, man. It's Tyreek. They reached out. They said, yo, man, it's game day. You guys can't do this to us right now. We need this guy to win. And they gave him a break. You and I, we would have been in jail. We definitely would have been in jail. Yeah. This incident is the stuff of legends. Yeah, legendary stupid. So, yeah, it's never boring being a Dolphins fan. Never. Paul, you are so right, dude. I mean, the shit that happens to us rarely happens to anybody else. Tyreek about to get a second bag from the Florida court system after this lawsuit. I doubt he was stopped for no reason whatsoever. I'm sure he pulled something stupid and did something dumb. I'm going to gamble with the history of Tyreek. I'm going to gamble on stupidity on his side. Than the cops. I know you can't trust the cops, but I'm going to lean on this one only because of the history of Tyreek. Did you see the video? The one bike cop kicked him down? I don't know. Dude, I'm at a point now where I'm done with this dude. It's catch footballs and win games and shut the hell up, dude. I don't want to hear you. All you do is talk garbage. All you do is spew crap out there. There's no reality. You know what I mean? You don't know what to believe from the guy. So, listen, fans are different. You guys are incredibly forgiving for everything because all you want to do is win. So there's a Neanderthal approach to the whole thing. But for me, with Tyreek, I'm done with the dude. I've been done with the dude for a while now. Okay? All I want the guy to do is catch footballs, try to stay out of trouble, and get the hell out of town as soon as possible. That's it. That's basically what I want. Catch some footballs, help the team win, try to stay out of trouble, and really, let's hurry up for this contract to end. I want these 2 years to fly by and get him out of here. Get him out of here because I don't know what's next. You can't be trusted, nothing whatsoever. And it's only because you're talented, and that's it, And the Dolphins did something incredibly stupid just recently by signing him to an extension. And I'll tell them all straight to their face. That was an incredibly stupid move. But I get it. I get it. You're so close. He's so volatile. You need him. You're willing to take this chance. And you're willing to be embarrassed over and over. Why do you think? Let's play the psychological game because, we play chess on this show. Writers mostly, and please, it's nursery shit that goes on QAM. They gave him the captain. Where does Tyreek deserve captain? Where? That's called a psychological ploy. That's called let's play a mental game with the guy. He's been a disaster off the field constantly. He's constantly involved with the cops in one way or another, in trouble one way or another. Okay, we give him the contract, and then we also give him a captain so we can, put some more responsibility on him, and maybe he'll mature and all that kind of stuff. That's all. That's a mental game that the Dolphins are playing with the guy. That's all it is. Because they're praying. Okay, Chris Greer, Marvin Allen, Reggie McKenzie, Mike McDaniel, everybody, Wes Welker, everybody involved with Tyreek is going to church every day praying that that he can stay out of trouble while they give him the contract so they can try to win, because they have the Neanderthal thinking like some of you fans out there. Because fans, the guy could be a murderer or whatever, right? But he becomes a free agent, Deshaun Watson. Some of you wanted the scumbag no matter what. Some of us Dolphin fans are respectable, and we said, none, dude, I don't want that guy on my team. But some of you didn't care. You didn't care. You just want to win. And that's exactly what they did with the Tyreek Hill deal. We need him. He's one of the 3 best receivers in the NFL. Yeah, he's a knucklehead, but let's give him the money because we're so close. And maybe we give him a captain. We try to massage his ego as much as possible and hope he can stay on the straight and narrow. It's all this is, dude. This is all it is. And it's constant. I don't make any more excuses for the guy. Okay? He gets in more trouble with the cops in a couple of years than you and I do in a lifetime. A lifetime. 2 lifetimes. Maybe 3 for normal people. I don't know, but I find it really easy to stay away from the cops. I know. I never break an IG's leg. Not getting into my entourage is not getting into fights at comedy clubs. Just just stuff that's pretty easy to avoid. I'm not smacking old men at a fishing pier. It's really easy. My daughter's now 24, but even when she was 10, she wasn't burning down the house. So, this is what's going on. And let's hope, that they stop doing some of this stupid shit. Heat, Dolphins. Make the tough decisions, bro. When Jimmy Butler is done, trade his ass. Don't act like a desperate team and hanging on to a guy because you are afraid you can't make another move. And when X is done, fucking trade his ass after the 10 interceptions. That was an aberration. I said it. Right after those 10 interceptions, trade his ass. And you didn't. You hung on for nothing. Why? Because you thought you were so close you could get a little bit more out of that tank. That tank was empty, bro. This was a contract that you did not have to give. You only had to survive one more year of Tyreek and then move on. Now you've got to survive 2 more years. It just started, and it started with an arrest. We have 34 more games. No, I'm sorry, 30. No, what is it? 36 games to go, right? No, 34 games to go. 34, and hopefully playoffs. Hopefully it's close to 40. Because that's the only way this is going to matter, man. Jesus. Tyreek Hill. I was not counting on talking about a Tyreek Hill arrest to start, or near arrest, detaining, whatever, to start off the damn show. Oh, my God. Anyway. They said he wasn't arrested. Yeah, he was detained and whatever. You're going to make excuses for him there, JR? That's the Neanderthal approach. Hey, he wasn't arrested. He was detained. You mean they got to, hey, this is Tyreek Hill. They need him for the game. Oh, okay, we'll give him a break. Anyway, we need controversies in sports. That's it. I like this. Brian Hartline was good off the field, but sorry as fuck. Keep Tyreek Hill, please. Don't start the hate campaign. Oh, hey, Splash. Listen, my brother, if you grow a brain one day, maybe you should come back to the show. But if you're going to say stupid shit, do you pay Hartline $30 million a year? I'm just checking. Because I'd rather pay the guy like Waddle a lot of money and he acts like a normal human being every day. So give me 2 Waddles instead of a Waddle and a Tyreek. The Hartline example, oh my God. You picked a 4th-round pick that barely gets 1,000 yards. You're going to compare him to that. But I'll compare Waddle, my brother. Okay? Give me Waddle over Tyreek because he's not going to get arrested. He's actually going to be a decent human being. But you went to Hartline. Like I told you, there's a level in football of fans that are Neanderthals. They're not very smart. Okay? That's just kind of, it comes with this sport. There's a lot of you fans out there. You're not very bright. I'm 34 years in. I don't care. I'm not worried about your feelings. I don't care. Look at me. Look at this face. Does it look like I give a shit? I don't give a shit. I don't answer to a corporation. I don't answer to anybody. So I'll give you the truth. People like JR, the league is littered with idiot fans like that. Neanderthals. Hartline. No, dude, Waddle. All you had to do was go to the same team, the same year, opposite of the other field, right there, where Tyreek lines up on the opposite side. That's who I want him to be. It's really not that hard, bro. It's really not that hard to stay out of trouble. I don't know. But I like that guy. You know, I can trust him after the game. Oh, I can't even trust Tyreek during the games anymore now. I knew I couldn't trust him off the field. I can't even trust him on game day anymore. That's it right there. JR. That's your typical Neanderthal football fan right there. The guy uses Brian Hartline because he's not very bright and because he actually doesn't have the balls to mention what's really going on. We have our inactives. Jalen Wright is inactive. Ethan Bonner is inactive. Channing Tindall is inactive. Mohamed Kamara is inactive. Andrew Meyer is inactive. And Malik Washington. So Jalen Ramsey is not inactive. And if he's playing, the Dolphins are just dumb. Or liars. I'm sorry. Let me rephrase that. The Dolphins are either stupid or they're liars. One of the two. I don't know which one you want to go with, but it's one or the other. You either been lying to us, and Walker and these guys have been practicing like crazy because you're not playing somebody that barely has practice, right? An injury-prone team that has a lot of injured players, you're going to be playing a guy that barely has practiced. It's crazy. We pay these low IQ football players $125 million. All he has to do is catch the ball, score touchdowns, even that his IQ is as high as a cinder block. Yeah. Big O, I thought you said Tyreek was gone after this year. That's what I would have done. You know, it's the same thing with the Jimmy Butler thing. You should have traded him 2 years ago. Right? Same thing with X. Should have traded him. That's what I said with Tyreek. It made no sense. But hey, man, what can I tell you? You want to go against me? You go ahead. Pay the price. I was right on Jimmy. I was right on X. And I was right on Tyreek. I don't know. But somehow or another, I know when to get off the gravy train better than the Dolphins and the Miami Heat. You know? Oh, Whiteside was the other one that I wouldn't have extended. It's funny, huh? You don't extend X, you don't extend Butler, you don't extend Whiteside, and you don't extend Tyreek. I'm 4-0. Heat, Miami Dolphins, 0-4. 0-4. Every time I tell you you need to get off somebody, this is their final year. And if they go against me, they're wrong every single time. How about that? Every single time they're wrong. Every single time. So you tell me, I was wrong about Tyreek, but am I really wrong? I was wrong about Butler, but am I really wrong? I was wrong about Whiteside. Was I really wrong? I was wrong about X. Was I really wrong? I wonder. Was I really wrong? Or would I have been right not to give any of those people extra money? Ooh. What's the little drop we play for that? When we predicted correctly there, Sean, on a consistent basis? What's that drop we play all the time? All the time. Come on, man. Give me a break.
The Sportstradamus has spoken.
Yeah, I'm really wrong. Somehow or another, I actually have a better feel than Pat Riley or the trifecta for the Dolphins on when to get off the gravy train. But hey, because I actually look at it objectively. True Fin fan, thank you for the love on the super chat. He says, absolutely believe they're lying. Of course they're lying, bro. You got to be lying. There's so much misinformation coming out of Miami Dolphins. It's hard to believe anything that they tell you because everything that they tell you is completely inaccurate. And it doesn't make any sense whatsoever. Playing Jalen Ramsey today makes no sense. So we're a team that has a problem with a bunch of injuries. We got a guy that barely can practice. He's practiced only a couple times in the last month. And we're going to play him? Even on a pitch count. Where does that make sense? Oh, by the way, you're short on wide receivers. Correct? Why is Jalen Wright inactive? Are we going to burn Mostert and Achane again? So they're injured by the end of the year? I thought you drafted Jalen Wright to use him. So Wilson's active, but Wright isn't? Or does he have an injury and you're not telling me? This is I'm already like, I'm just wondering what the hell is going on here already in the first week. In the first moments of the season, I'm already wondering, like, what are these decisions being made? What's going on here? What's going on? Big O, hear me out. I'm pretty sure you called Beasley too for the Heat. Beasley? I don't know. Oh, no, definitely not. Definitely not. I was one of the suckers that went with Beasley. If you can't get Rose, you went with Beasley. We're talking about extensions. It's problem with some of you is you don't stay on target. The subject is re-signing players and giving them extensions after you know their history. That's what we're talking about. We're not talking about predictions of draft picks, dumbass. Stay on the subject. Again, a level of Neanderthal that exists in sports. There's a section of you that aren't very bright. You don't listen. You don't pay attention. You're not intelligent. So it's a problem. You know what I mean? Listen, pay attention to what we're talking about. But if you want any satisfaction, I was definitely wrong there. That you could get your rocks off for that if you want. Calling somebody a Neanderthal for simply asking a question is clown behavior. Hey, JR, I don't give a shit, my brother. I'm not here I'm not here for your feelings, dude. I don't give a shit. Look at the face. I don't give a shit about your feelings. You and your little hurt feelings, dude. You said something stupid and you got called out. You compared Brian Hartline to Tyreek, bro. That's not a question. That's fucking stupid. So you'll get called out. Everybody knows it on the chat board. If I read something that you put, I can't read everything, but if I catch it and it's stupid, you're going to get called out, JR. And you got called out. Okay? So if your little sensitive ass is hurt, go somewhere else, dude. I'm not holding a gun to your head here, bro. Again, I don't give a shit. Oh, Big O, we drafted rookies in positions that were ready, strong, and then you put them in active players, don't use them. It doesn't make effing sense. Are we wasting draft picks now? Well, I don't understand this one. I'm looking at it. I'm going, well, wait a minute. Why am I keeping Wilson and not Wright? And I don't get that one. I don't get that one. You know? The only time you would need to know about injuries would be if you're betting on them. Not really, Nikki. I want to win. I'm not really worried about my bet. I worry more about the Dolphins winning. Betting shit comes after. That's, I'm not sitting here betting against the Dolphins anyway. If I think the Dolphins are going to lose, I'm not laying the points and sitting there rooting against the Dolphins. I can't do that. I think you can see back there, I might be a media member and I might be very, very objective on everything. But you see back there, you see all that back there? Do you see anything that is not South Florida? No. There's nothing there that's not South Florida. You know why? Because I'm born and raised in South Florida. And I love all the teams. And I want them all to win championships every freaking year. But we're going to call it like we see it. Anyway, let's see. Saving them for Buffalo, maybe. We didn't. Nah, you're not good enough to save anything for anybody. You need to play your ass off today to beat the Jags. It's the NFL, dude. You're not playing FAMU. Oh, Bane, we don't need you. We're playing FAMU. That's not the case here today, dude. It's not the case. Oh, terrible comparison. Scotty Scheffler, he won gold at the Olympics. You're right. That's why I said after, I think he won something. You're correct. You are correct. Big O, please don't hurt my feelings. I know, Calijo, right? We have these people that are so sensitive. They're so sensitive. Remember, you can make a donation, Cash App or Venmo. Many ways to support us, including, of course, Sloman's Home Shield. And they are offering security like no one else, 24/7. You want to feel safe. My man Sean Stanley, I do too. Many others, many of our listeners have called Sloman's in 14 different states. So it doesn't matter where you're watching. We could be in your state. And right now, Alarmo and the boys, they are offering a free home security system, free professional installation when you use their low-cost central station monitoring. Free system includes the panel, the keyboard, up to 10 door contacts. I wish I had 10 doors in my house. It'd be a big house. Anyway, window decals, lawn sign, professional installation, lifetime service, communication device, and backup battery. Sloman's Home Security, by the way, offers custom top-of-the-line home security systems designed to detect intruders, alert the authorities, and give you real-time updates right to your smartphone, which is a beautiful thing. Any movement in my house, in or out, I get it right on my smartphone. It is awesome. So call them right now. Protect your family, your valuables. Call Sloman's Home Security. They've been protecting Americans for over 100 years. 1-800-ALARM-ME to schedule your free installation and start sleeping better tonight. Don't forget, smash the hell out of the like button. We're up to 500. Let's go. We got 211. You realize that if you all hit the like button right now, you could that 211 counter could hit 500 like that. That'd be pretty cool. So come on, man. Punch it, baby. Punch it. Devin Jordan, thank you for the love on the super chat. The Dolphins activating Storm Duck over Ethan Bonner is very, very revealing after media perceptions versus reality. Exactly. That's why I said Kohu, Bonner, and even Storm Duck. Because, again, what they tell you or show you, they're constantly proving that it's not accurate. What you're watching, not accurate until you actually see it. And Storm Duck has looked good. They always find the dude, man. They always find the dude. It's amazing. The wishy-washy vibe from the Finns are making me think Jacksonville plus 3.5 is looking like it may happen. I got it at 3 right now. You got it. Is it 3.5? Wait a minute. I'm sorry. You might be right. Yeah, it is 3.5. You are correct. I would not take the Jags because I'm not going to sit here rooting for the Jags. I can't do that. I do have a couple picks that I do like in this game, and we'll get to it. Big O, you have to be honest. You know you're a closet Phillies fan. Mike Schmidt is your favorite baseball player. Now, I grew up with the Phillies. That was given to me by a listener. A lot of the stuff that I got back here was given to me by listeners, which is freaking amazing, which is beautiful because he knows that I was a Phillies fan. I'm not a Phillies fan anymore because once we got the Marlins, I dumped the Phillies because growing up in South Florida, I only had the Dolphins, and then later on the Strikers in the 70s or late 70s, we got the Strikers. So I had a soccer team. So I was a Phillies, Flyers fan. Oh, and what's it called? What am I missing? Phillies, Flyers, and Sixers. I'm sorry. There's a Dr. J poster right there. A 6-foot Dr. J poster. Anyway, so I became a Phillies fan because my dad was a trucker, and he owned a trucking company called AG Trucking on Okeechobee Road. It's still there. The building and everything is still there. It's right next to that whole mall complex area that's off of Okeechobee and the Palmetto, where McDonald's and Walmart and all that in. Right next to it, you'll see like a trucking spot. That used to be called AG Trucking decades ago. And the lot where that Walmart is, my dad owned that lot. But he sold it a long time before he could have made money. But anyway, that's a whole different ballgame because I would have never had to work again in my life if he'd held that piece of property. But anyway, that's a whole different ballgame that we don't even need to get into. But my dad was a trucker, and he used to go buy trucks in Philly and in Dover. So we'd go to two places for auctions, and we'd buy trucks, and they would be the cabin and then the flatbed. And we'd stack 2 or 3 of them and drive them down. And then he'd create them into dump trucks. And then he'd ship them down to Panama because back in the 70s, they were building banks left and right in Panama, in downtown Panama, because they were, on the brink of washing everybody's money around the world. And so if you've ever been to Panama and you go down to downtown Panama is just like Miami. Okay, you go to Panama, and Panama, I'm talking about the country. Their downtown is just like ours. It's buildings everywhere and banks galore. So they needed a lot of construction equipment. So my dad was on a roll selling dump trucks down there. So he'd buy them up north, we'd drive them down, and then he'd build them up and then sell them down. So because I went to Philly so much, I became a Sixers, Flyers, and never an Eagles fan. Never an Eagles fan. But Flyers, Sixers, and Phillies, definitely. Those were my 3 teams because I didn't have that here. And so then when we added the Marlins, I dropped the Phillies. When we added the Heat, I dropped the Sixers. And we added the Panthers, I dropped, so on and so forth. So that's kind of what it is. So yes, Mike Schmidt is my favorite all-time player. I can't have one with the Marlins because they don't keep anybody around. At least I knew my guy, Mike Schmidt, was going to be there every year, but that was another time. Another day, another time, ladies and gentlemen. So there you go. But thank you. Thank you out there. And appreciate all of you. Please smash it, bro. We're at 502 and it's at 259. Smash it. Let's go. Get us over 300, over 400. Come on. My brother from another mother, I was also a Philly and Sixers fan growing up in Homestead and Naples. Mike Schmidt and Dr. J were my favorites. There you go. Broadway Bullies, Dr. J, White Chocolate, Chocolate Thunder, all that stuff. Yeah, man, that was great. It's amazing. It was fun back then. I mean, that's all I could do, right? I had to have other teams. So let's see. Panama is the literal example of the line. We built this city with drug money. Yeah. Yeah. Hey, man, were you here in the 80s? A lot of drug money built up Miami too, bro. So, you know what I'm saying? What are you going to do? Take advantage of whatever you're going to take advantage. I know one thing. If this team doesn't win a playoff game this year, I want changes. Well, Black Boy, ton of people are going to be on your bandwagon. I give them a break the last 2 years because they have been injury riddled. But I'm not going to give you that break anymore if this is how you're handling injuries. You told me you take care of people, and you've been showing that. How is Ramsey going to play when he doesn't even practice? Or does he? How's Walker going to play when he doesn't practice? Or does he? I don't know. Don't know what to believe now. I'm sorry. There's a ton of inconsistencies coming out of that. So it's a problem. Really is. Really is. If anyone else is worried about the Dolphins getting injured on each play as much as me, yeah, Holt, it's because of you start the season with all these injuries, it becomes a concern. And I understand. I got friends of mine, I got people say, hey, is this the training staff? I don't know what to blame. I'm not smart enough. I don't know exactly what's going on with everybody's body and all this kind of stuff. I don't have all the information. And clearly you're not sharing all the information because it's inconsistent as hell. You're clearly not telling us what's really going on. I don't know how to read into this. You don't hit enough. You don't practice enough. You practice too much. You baby the players. I don't know what the hell it is. But the injuries have to be a concern. Everybody, I mean, look at Jordan Love. Injuries are all over the place, and it derails all kinds of seasons for all kinds of teams. But, the last 2 years, and then you start off now this year the way you do, and then the mishandling of the players, the inconsistency of it is very frustrating. It's very frustrating. You're telling me one thing, but you're doing something else. I don't get that one. Big O, the NFL just announced that Kendrick Lamar will be performing at the Super Bowl halftime show. Wow, that's a good one at least. A nice, young, talented rapper that doesn't mumble. Wow. Okay. Good shit. No mumble rap. You know, Dev and I hate that mumble rap shit. There's too many of those crappy rappers, and Kendrick Lamar is definitely not one of those. So good shit, man. Joe Robbie Stadium is the swimming pool in Poltergeist. There we go. Big old Dak Prescott. Yeah, I know. I saw that. Tyreek, most likely. Where else are they going to go? I mean, I'm not a Dak guy. I think he's proven over and over and over and over and over and over he's a choker. I mean, over and over and over and over and over and over he's a choker. It's not just once, like several times already. But they have no one else to go to. And they have a pretty good team. I'm not a Jerry fan, but their front office has done a good job lately, man. For the last, 7, 8 years, 9 years, they've been drafting their asses off, dude. Okay? I give people credit when they deserve it. The Dolphins don't need any opening day drama like the Tyreek incident. Better move on quick from that in the locker room and focus on the game day. They should be able, that shouldn't linger. I'm not blaming the loss on the Tyreek incident pregame. Okay? They're not getting a break on that one. So, Jermaine West Bay, thank you, sir, for your loyalty as always and dedication to the show. This is the new Dolphins, Big O. We get arrested before the game, we kick ass during the game, and we make babies after the game. Bless you and the show. Let's have an awesome season. It's a good one. That's funny. I like it. Way to go, Jeremy. I'm sorry. Way to go, Jeremy. That is very nice. Very nice. I like it. Cash App or Venmo at Cash Big O Show. That is Cash Big O Show. Cash App or Venmo. And you can make a Bitcoin or Ethereum donation. Steve, Hateful Steve, let me see. Watching the game and listening to the show while fishing in the Azores. Wow. Nice. Thank you, Hateful Steve. I appreciate you. as always. When Hateful Steve chimes in on, he doesn't really chime in on pre-games. He chimes in normally on post-game. I think this is a good omen. Hateful Steve, if they win today, you'll be forced to chime in on every pregame, because I don't know if you chime in on a lot of you kind of wait for the postgame to rip into Tua and rip into the team and say he failed. Or, to your credit, when Tua does come through, you will give him credit. I will give you love on that. Okay, you take off the Hateful Steve hat and you become Lovable Steve at the moment. But you started something. Just say it. All right, Sean, it is 1 hour down. Are we going to come back with Solo D, or do we get tagged every week last year for the Solo D thing? Or what's the deal?
We will always come back with Solo D. We will always get tagged, and I will do the edit afterwards.
All right. Solo D, we're going to do it because we love you. We support the hell out of everything you do because you're all Dolphins, and we're all Dolphins, of course. So we're going to play the Solo D cut to start off hour number 2 of our Miami Dolphins pregame show right here on our Sports Talk 305 network.
Oh, great. You have a doorbell camera. Now you have a front row seat to your house getting robbed.
They're breaking into my house!
Ooh, there goes the TV. I'm sure it'll turn up at the pawn shop.
No, not the TV!
Just because you can see them, that doesn't mean you can stop them. With Slogans, you get 24-hour monitoring, a free home security system, and professional installation. Plus, free doorbell camera, one that'll actually work for you.
Get out of my house! Get out of the house!
Call 1-800-ALARM-ME.
After 40 years, the Big Cheese Miami is still producing great Italian food. They started in 1984. Since then, they've been winning awards while being voted the best inexpensive Italian restaurant in Miami. Visit them for great food, amazing service. Witness the decades of Cane's memories. The walls are like a Miami Hurricanes Hall of Fame. The Big Cheese delivers anything on its menu or party platter menu to your home, office, or even a park for a picnic. Located at 8080 Southwest 67th Avenue, Miami. Call 305-662-6855. TheBigCheeseMiami.com, where they serve large portions at family prices.
If you're looking to take your home or business to the next level, then RM Contractors and Custom Drywall can assist you. RM specializes in new residential turnkey, new commercial turnkey, home and office remodeling. Call them for free estimates. Serving all of South Florida, licensed and insured. Call Ray or Mike, 305-345-3649. You work hard to create the perfect atmosphere. You dream it, we'll build it. RM Contractors and Custom Drywall, 305-345-3649. Or Instagram at RM Contractors.
The viewpoint, statements, or beliefs expressed on the following program by the host, guests, or callers are not necessarily the opinions of FantasyXS.com, Media Group Inc., ownership, management, sponsors, or website.
Hey, Breezy, I just want to rap, dog. Solo on the beat, ho. 2-0-2-4. Schedule just released, so 17 games. All I see is 17-0. Playoffs, we gon' steamroll. End up with the ring, bro. What up with these jabroni-ass teams trying to beat Dolphins? Just line them up and we gon' stun them like Steve Austin. It's Mike McDaniel's third year. Let's keep ballin'. We froze up last year, now we defrosted. It's combat for victory, so let's be flawless. Week 1, we run. Cheetah versus Jaguars. We gon' giggity get it. I'm feeling like Quagmire. Ramsey want revenge on them boys. He say they too small. Dip them in that water, send them floating back to Duval. And week 2, the Bills do. We be cooking buffalo. Pressure all on Josh now, let's make them uncomfortable. Thursday night football, tell them better be smart. The Mafia aggressive, we gon' turn them into sweethearts. Then deep part, out to Seattle when week 3 start. We gon' drown the birds, they really gon' be Seahawks. Then Monday night payback, Will Levis' worst fear. Crash with the Titans and do them like Gary Bertier. Take it to New England now. We can't even play them close. We know they've been making jokes. Cook them like that Brady roast. 5-0 now. Ain't even hit the top speed. We gon' finish the marathon after the bye week. They can't whoop us. 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 Week 7, back on the kick-ass free. We don't want no problems, dog, but we could get scrappy. Nap time, slap down, moving at fast speeds. Watch out, Bubba might get banned from McCaffrey. In week 8, more birds, turn them into hors d'oeuvres. Chopper Murray while Phillips deliver orders. The amount of 9, out of bills, out of time. We collecting all the interest, bankrupt one more time. Now Allen sad, looking like he lost his best bro. Back on the road, time to take it to the West Coast. Week 10, begin, all the Rams fans pissed. OBJ gon' show that Cali love and do a dance to this. In week 11, when you see the Raiders, tell them speed demons out to catch them. Tell AP to bring a reverend to bless them. And now New England feeling special. Rematch, get reflat. Waddle dance at Gillette too. Now we moving to the matchup at Lambeau. Tua he the shooter, bust shots like Rambo. Thanksgiving cause we win and get to call shots. Turning into Pirates when the Jets land at Hard Rock. And tell Houston it's the problem up in NRG. When we touch down, it's no law, we causing anarchy. Shoot it out with 49ers, we got 49. We got y'all players playing greater, still on the grind. And tell them Doodle Browns when we coming through the town. We don't stop, get it. You would think Luke was round. And for that new year, got a new resolution. No, it ain't new, it's the same, cause the Jets lose. They can't whoop us. So low, so low, so low. Hey, 2024, that's how we starting it off, man. DWA, Dolphins with attitude. Listen, I'm issuing an open challenge. Look at the schedule, whoever the Dolphins play, give me a rapper from every city. We gonna put it down like that. If you mad, come back at me like that. Yeah. DWA. The marathon after the bye week.
Miami Dolphins fans, time to rock out with another Dolphins pregame show. Big O and the boys are ready to give you the latest information, injury news, gambling insight as we get ready for kickoff. The pregame show is brought to you by Welton Rayom, Toyota of Hollywood, Acura of Pembroke Pines, Hialeah Park Casino, RM Contractors. The broadcast is mastered by executive producer Sean Stanley. Here's your host, the Big O, Orlando Alzugari.
Gentlemen, hour number 2 of the pregame show is on, and it looks like Tyreek Hill will be playing after being detained in the pregame leading up to it. Unfortunately, he was detained, but he was released, and so now he will play, which is good news. The Dolphins have announced their inactives. Jalen Wright is inactive. Ethan Bonner. So a lot of people had Ethan Bonner starting over. If Jalen Ramsey was out. And I was one that said maybe Kohu, but then you would move 2 positions around. But it looks like Ethan Bonner is not ahead of Storm Duck because Storm Duck is not inactive. Channing Tindall, after a great preseason, is inactive. Mohamed Kamara, I was expecting to see a little chop in Kamara today, and I'm only going to see chop. Andrew Meyer, who has earned a roster spot and a backup lineman, and then Malik Washington, everybody knows that he was already going to be out, and he was talked about over the weekend being out. So that is your inactive list for the Miami Dolphins. Remember, post-game show, we will have Chris Perkins, and we are going to have David Furones, of course, with our Welt and Rayom Miami Dolphins post-game report. Chris Perkins will be joining us with our EJDconstruction.com post-game report. So we'll have some fun with those guys. They'll give us the latest from the locker room, and we'll have a good time with those guys. What else do we have? You really think Ethan Bonner can cover Gabe Davis? Nobody knows, Chris Jordan. Nobody knows, but he's not covering anybody, bro. You know what Ethan Bonner's covering? His ass on a bench somewhere because he's inactive, so it doesn't really matter at this point. It's either going to be Storm Duck or Kohu, or, again, for some reason that makes no sense whatsoever, they might play Jalen Ramsey today. That doesn't make any sense. Doesn't make any sense. So there's a lot of things that I'm wondering what the hell is going on. Let's see what the results are. Hey, let's get to our 3A Graphics sports calendar. Why don't we? Let's get off hour number 2. Alan Blanco and the great people at 3A Graphics. If your company needs custom printing or embroidery, you don't need even to go there. You can go anywhere in the country and you can reach out to them, call them. 786-618-1443. That's the owner's cell number, 786-618-1443. Call Alan Blanco, and they could do anything that your business, your corporation, your school, whatever you need. Support the great sponsors that support us. And on Friday, the Eagles defeated the Packers 34-29. In that game, Jordan Love, by the way, suffered a sprained MCL. He's expected to miss a few weeks. defeated FAMU yesterday 56-9. The number 12 team in the country improves to 2-0. Xavier Restrepo with 104 yards on 4 touchdowns, on 4 receptions, that is, and a touchdown. Cam Ward, 3 touchdown passes, 304 yards. Next week, it's Ball State on Saturday at 3:30. Today at 4 o'clock on ESPN3, the Dream taking on the Fever. Fever favored by 5. Over and unders 169.5. Angel Reese suffers a season-ending wrist injury, so her season is over. At 1 o'clock, the Miami Dolphins will take on the Jacksonville Jaguars. The Dolphins are favored by 3.5. The over and under is 49.5. And out for this game is Isaiah Wynn, OBJ, Malik Washington, and Chubb as all expected. Jalen Ramsey is active, which is absolutely amazing that he is active. All right, there you go. That is your 3A Graphics sports calendar. All right. Some of the things that I do want to talk about in today's show, that wide receiver, it almost got worse if Hill would have been arrested, but luckily it's Tyreek Hill and you're right there at the stadium and all that. So somehow or another, they got the message to the cops, hey, this is Tyreek and they need him for the game. And so we got lucky. You and I get arrested, guaranteed. Tyreek gets detained. That's the difference. But you got Tyreek, you'll have Waddle, you'll have Berrios, and then the Grant Dubose kid, whatever he brings to the table. He's probably going to be more of a special teamer than anything else. Who knows? Maybe they've got a small package for him to run. If he's a smart kid, they can teach him a couple of routes that they want him to run, and then he can have they can have a small package for him since he's been here a short time. He's not really going to know the offense, but you want the tight end, right? We all want to see the tight end because one thing that Mike has kind of frustrated us, he comes from a tree where they use the tight end, except in this offense, the first 2 years, they haven't used the tight end. And we're programmed thinking, oh my God, it's all receivers. Tight ends will be used today. Jonnu Smith, I already made the bet, but I took Jonnu Smith, was it plus 24.5 yards, I want to say. Let me see. I wonder if it went up. But I took Jonnu Smith plus 24.5 yards. And why? Because I'm looking at it, I'm going, they are not watching what I'm watching. Vegas, I'm talking about. And I took a Jalen Wright anytime touchdown, right? I thought that would be good. Well, he's inactive, so that's not going to work out. Malik Washington, I thought an anytime touch. I said, out of the young guys, 2 out of the 3 could score in this game. So now you got those guys out, so you don't have to use those. Jonnu Smith, that one I already took over 24.5 yards. I put a nice chunk of change on that one. Where's it at right now, by the way? I bet you it might have gone up. Let me see. I'm interested in that. On the yards, passing yards. Here we go. Oh, I'm sorry. Receiving yards, not passing yards. Receiving yards. Okay, so Jonnu Smith right now, everything on the Dolphins side is locked on the Hard Rock app. They have nothing available for Waddle, Jonnu Smith, or anything. Well, now it came out with Tyreek Hill over and unders 97.5. So I took Jonnu Smith 24.5. I wonder if that's going to go up. To me, that was one of the bets that I thought was why? Because I expect Jonnu Smith to get yards. I think he's going to have over 50 yards in this game. And I also took a Jonnu Smith anytime touchdown too. So we'll see what happens if that ends up happening. Jonnu Smith over 24.5 yards. Jonnu Smith anytime touchdown. Those were my bets for this game. The 3.5 points, it's a little tough for me to take that one because I think it could be a close game. By the way, for passing yards, if you want to know, Tua Tagovailoa over and under is 267.5. Trevor Lawrence is 253.5. And it's interesting that Jalen Wright wasn't active, but Wilson is. And Wright can do a lot of the things that your top two guys do. I wonder if they're going to focus a little bit more on running the ball with Wilson on short yardage situations between the tackles, things like that they don't necessarily do a ton. But we saw some of it in camp. We'll see. We saw Jonnu Smith carrying the ball. We saw Jonnu Smith getting screens. Julian Hill will be part of this too. That's the other thing. So Julian Hill would be one that I would be also looking at and saying, okay, wait a minute. What's going to happen here with Julian Hill? Because now not on props, because I don't even know if they'll have even Julian Hill on a prop. But I'm waiting to see the Jonnu Smith one if it pops up. What is it? Because they've only got Tyreek Hill. They've got Brian Thomas over under 43.5, Evan Ingram 45.5, and Christian Kirk 53.5. Gabe Davis over and under 39.5. But that's what I love about this game today, because we all wanted to see Mike kind of spread the ball around. I'm expecting him to use the tight ends and the running backs as receivers in this game more than we've normally have seen throughout the first 2 years. I'm very intrigued in that. So for those of you very, super concerned about the lack of receivers, it is a concern if there's any injuries to the top guys. That's a huge concern. But if the top three guys can stay healthy, the tight ends and the running backs should complement and complete the rest of the receiving core. What we all got to hope for is that the top three guys stay healthy. Okay? Because it's very frustrating to see that Ezukama can't play, Malik can't play, and then OBJ can't play. This is a killer. But if you're using the tight ends to kind of offset it, you'll be all right. Please smash the hell out of the like button. You got us over 300. Get us over 400. Get us to 500, man. You guys could easily get us to 500. Smash, smash, smash. Let me tell you, Hialeah Park, I've been talking about wagers. Right now, you can use that QR code. Open up your account. If you have a Hard Rock account, don't use the same phone number or email. Go through there, use a different phone number or email. You make your first bet, you get $100. You get your $100 no-regret first bet, and you start rolling. We got Sunday night games. We got Monday night games. Let's go. Let's go. By the way, I'm taking the Fever -5 tonight or this afternoon against the Dream. I'm just throwing that out there. Just throwing it out there. Jonnu Smith. Well, you can't take it over 24.5. I mean, that's on the Hialeah app, Hard Rock. So maybe your app may have it, the props. But I love Jonnu Smith over 24.5. So now it hasn't been updated here, but that's one prop that I absolutely love. It's still 3.5 Miami, by the way. Okay. And anytime touchdowns. Let's see. What do we have for the Dolphins? -150 for Tyreek Hill, +100 for Mostert, +100 for Achane, +130 for Waddle. Braxton Berrios +475 for a touchdown. Jonnu Smith is anytime touchdown is off the board. I already took it a couple days ago, but right now the Jonnu Smith anytime touchdown is off the board. That's funny. I got Jonnu Smith anytime touchdown +325. That's when I got it a couple days ago. So I'm still waiting to see what happens with Jonnu Smith, and they adjust it. Barrios is plus 475. Tua's plus 650 running a touchdown in. Durham Smythe is plus 650. Jeff Wilson plus 900. Grant Dubose is plus 900, and Alec Ingold is plus 1,000. You know Julian Hill is plus 1,100? Guess what? I'm going to put a couple of dollars on Julian Hill plus 1,100. Just because the tight ends have to play a prominent role. Jonnu Smith starts getting a lot of action. They're going to worry so much about Jonnu Smith, they don't even know who Julian Hill is. He sneaks out for a touchdown. Plus 1,100. I just threw a couple bucks on it for the hell of it. I mean, I'm going to 11x whatever I bet on. Just throw a couple bucks, bro. What the hell? $5 gets me 55. I'm good. I'm rocking and rolling. I just took Julian Hill for the hell of it on the Hialeah app. What the hell, dude? Plus 1,100. You're short on wide receivers. You need the two tight ends. You've got to use them. You and I know Julian Hill can play. I've already got my Jonnu Smith bets in. I'm going to win those. He's going to go over 24.5 yards. And he could get me a touchdown. So, what the hell? Get that cheddar, Big O. Chase. You have no idea what you just did. Yesterday, for the first time, I ordered from this restaurant called the Cheddar something. It's on Kendall Drive in like 170th or something, 160 something, 165th. Cheddar something. Bro, their food is good. And they give you these buttered croissants. Holy shit, they're awesome. That's a good restaurant, man. Cheddar or whatever. It's cheddar.com, I think, is the website. Man, that was good. That was good. Damn right, Chase. We got the cheddar last night with UM over 57.5. We gave you the cheddar with the Eagles -2. Let me tell you where my cheddar is going today. Okay? Let's see. Cards and Texans. Let me make sure, because right now it may have changed or anything. You know, you never know. One of my guys, the Cards guy. Oh, damn it! Now I'm brain farting. Who you remember our Cards guy from Arizona, the limo driver? What's his name? He was on there. He's on the chat board somewhere. It said there's a bunch of people on the chat board, and so he goes, "I got my Cards plus 14. You think I'm insane or something?" And I told him, dude, I'm not saying your Cards are going to win by 14 or whatever. I took the Cards plus 6.5 in Buffalo. I think we're headed for a mediocre season with the Buffalo Bills. I've only heard good things about what's going on in Arizona with the quarterback. And I've always been a Kyler Murray believer as a passer. Because Kyler Murray's not an athlete playing quarterback. No. He's a quarterback that has athletic skills. He's a pure passer. And, you know, the laziness and all that kind of stuff, not dedicating himself and all that. But apparently all of that has kind of come to a head. And supposedly the kid's grown up and he's realized that he's got to be a pro and all that. So if he is putting the time in, Kyler Murray can play. See, I don't have a lot of hope for Lamar Jackson or Josh Allen or Jalen Hurts or any of these athletes playing quarterback to be accurate. I'm always going to expect them to spray the ball like they do, like you watched Jalen Hurts the other night. It's just pathetic. How many interceptions should he have thrown? Like really stupid interceptions. You should have thrown a bunch of them. Anyway, so these guys I don't trust. I like Kyler Murray. My only knock on Kyler Murray when he came out of school, anybody can go look at it. All the videos there, all the audio's there, and we don't erase it. It's all there. I was only worried about his durability because he's so small. And he didn't get hurt until last year when he finally got whacked and he lost, busted out his knee. And that's the only thing that I was afraid of because of his stature. But he is a water bug. You can't catch him. And he can pass. He's the guy that stays back there and throws. He runs if he has no choice. I love that. To me, that's a quarterback. When I look at Josh Allen, when I look at Lamar Jackson, when I look at some of these guys, Jalen Hurts, these are athletes trying to play quarterback. They're not real quarterbacks. They don't have touch. They can't be accurate. They can't ball placement consistently or anything like that. They spray the ball all over the goddamn place. It's just Lamar's, even his completions, they have to be amazing catches because they're not accurate. Oh, they lost by a toe. No, they lost because they have an inaccurate quarterback. That's why. If he throws the ball the way he's supposed to, likely doesn't have to make it. You know what it is? Lamar Jackson is fucking Chucky Carr, bro. He's Chucky Carr. Chucky Carr, I lost most of you because you have no idea. But Chucky Carr used to play for the Marlins back in the day. And Chucky couldn't read the ball. He depth perception was a problem for him. So by the time he realized he had to have a deeper drop, it was too late. So then all of a sudden he was an athlete. He can fly like the wind. Like OBJ was doing in practice, and now he's not playing. Anyway, so he could fly like the wind. So he would fly and then dive and make this amazing catch. And people, wow, amazing. No, it was actually a shitty play because he didn't read it right, and he had to make an amazing catch in order to make the play. And that's what Lamar does to his offense. Yeah, you succeed in spite of him, in spite of his throws, because they're not accurate. By the way, you can get all these hats at Caneswear. Caneswear.com. You can go online. Tons of Dolphin hats with old logo. That Marlins hat, which is super fresh, even though the Marlins freaking piss me. All they do is piss me off. But anyway, so I like Kyler Murray. And if he goes in there and he's got some weapons, I think they can keep it close. I'm not telling you they're going to win. I'm not predicting that. But I think they'll keep it within 6.5 points. So I've got Arizona plus 6.5 at the Bills. My other game that I've got were the Texans. I gave you 3 games on Friday. But I'm going to repeat 2 of the 3. The other one was the Eagles -2. That already happened. We're already 1-0 on that. And we gave you the Canes also. So I'm going Texans -3 at the Colts. I don't buy the Colts. I don't buy Anthony Richardson. Why? Because he's an athlete playing quarterback. So to me, that kid is headed for a disastrous season and throwing a bunch of interceptions and all that kind of stuff whenever he plays. And I know he's had injury already, as that's been a problem for him. But I'm not an Anthony Richardson guy. Marvelous talent, beautiful athlete, just like Lamar Jackson, amazing athlete. And if he's half the person Lamar is, then he's going to be super likable. Because that's the thing with Lamar. Lamar is the most likable person out there. You root for him. He's such a good kid, but he's just not a good passer. Never will be. It's not his fault. Phenomenal athlete. He's going to wow you with all kinds of things. He ain't ever going to wow you with his accuracy. And he's never going to be a passer. Never. He's an athlete playing quarterback. Anthony Richardson is an athlete playing quarterback. I don't buy him in any way, shape, or form. Is he just like Lamar and Josh Allen? They're going to have a couple of nights every year where things are going to go well for them. But more often than not, they're not going to have the success passing the ball, and they're going to bury you. So those are my other picks. I gave you Philly -2 on Friday, Texans -3 at the Colts, and Cards plus 6.5 at the Bills. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. I'll give you Sunday night and Monday. Maybe if I like anything Sunday night tonight, I'll give it to you in the postgame show. Okay, because I got time, and I can find out more information. And then Monday, on the Monday show, if I like the Monday night game, I'll give it to you on the show on Monday, and we'll talk about that one. I'm also taking the Fever -5 today. Against the Dream. The Dream suck. The Fever coming off a tough loss. And so I kind of like Caitlin and the ladies bouncing back today and putting a hurting on the Dream, especially the Fever at home with 20,000 people. I think it's going to be crazy. Big O, what's your pick for the Cowboys at Browns? Oh, I probably didn't like it. That's why if I didn't give it to you, it's because I didn't like it. But I mean, let me see, dude. Let me see. Dallas plus 2.5 at the Browns. Wow, it's tough, dude. It's a tough one. I got to tell you something. If anything, I would take Dallas plus 2.5 here. I just don't. I'm not buying Watson. I'm not buying the Browns. I know they can run the ball, but yeah, no, I'll go with Dallas. This isn't a big moment. If this was like in the playoffs or at the end of the year or something, I'd be worried about Dallas because they're king size chokers. But I'll take Dallas plus 2.5 on the road on this one. Yeah, why not? I think Dak will be motivated as hell too. It's been a rough offseason for him. So yeah, what the hell? But again, not a game that I'm in love with. Okay, I told you the 3 games I'm in love with. I'm in love with the Eagles -2. We got that one. I'm in love with Texans -3, and I'm in love with the Cards plus 6.5. That's it. Those are the games I'm in love with. Okay, I'm giving you a pick there. All right, just giving you a pick there. If I had to lean to one of those, that's it. That's what I would lean to. All right, I got to be fair. I want to be honest. Holy shit, Hateful Steve with a second one. Says, you got my word, Venmo before every game until they lose. Wow, Steve. I mean, it's only fair. It's only right. I mean, if you started something. Because I'm used to, like, if they lost, I'm kind of used to, I'm expecting a Steve, pissed off Steve. Tua sucks. He can't win. He's choking. I don't know what you see in him, that's kind of what I'm expecting from Steve, So before, I don't know, you're looking to break the streak here. You're looking to do something, kind of special. So I gotta give you props on that one. Remember, like Steve, you can make a donation, Cash App or Venmo at Cash Big O Show. That is Cash Big O Show, Cash App or Venmo. Tyreek breaking the internet. Well, what are you gonna do? Big O never had problems with the Marks brothers, and they were great receivers, maybe even Hall of Famers. Yeah, they had their little off the field issue. And it was after they played or whatever. The Marks brothers. Do you know what's disgusting about the Marks brothers? Absolutely, like, pathetically disgusting that they're not in the Hall of Fame. That's pathetically disgusting that they're not in the Hall of Fame, dude. Like, their numbers are Hall of Fame worthy. And why? Because each had an incident off the field. I believe it was both shortly after their playing days. But lots of people have had issues, and it was a singular issue, and it never happened again, and they moved on. We're all human beings. We can make mistakes. We all should forgive people, not for constantly making. You can't forgive that. But what the Marks brothers happened to, they made a mistake. And that's it, dude. That's it. It's over. And I feel like we've penalized them more than we should. I feel like we've mistreated them because they did everything that was needed in order to be in the Hall of Fame. And maybe it's also because we didn't win big either. That sometimes hurts you also, but it's not their fault. Just like it's not Richmond Webb's fault that his teams didn't win big, but he deserves to be in the Hall of Fame, dude. That's what pisses me off more about the Marks brothers. I mean, it infuriates me. Both those guys' numbers are better than Lynn Swann, but because Lynn Swann played on championship teams and he had championship moments, which those guys would have had the same championship moments if they would have been put in those positions, but their teams weren't good enough. And again, Irving Fryer, the preacher, I love you, bro. I love you. I love you. I love you. I love you. You know why? He's the only former player that I've heard finally say with the balls and say, we never had an all-pro running back and we never had a defense. Our defense was okay, he said. He didn't want to trash him completely, but yeah, mediocre. Defense sucked. Okay? Danny's defenses sucked. Thank you, Irving. Thank you for being honest. You know, because that's not said enough. And it pisses me off sometimes because some people take it out on Marino, and that pisses me off because Marino didn't have the people around him, bro. You know, and I look at Montana, and he had everything around him. And again, Montana deserves all the praise in the world. Never taking anything away from Montana. Money player. But he had everything. And Marino never had all of that. If he did, he would have had titles. You know? So it's just crazy. Black Boy says, I stay in Arizona if you want to know. Oh, there you go. There you go. Was it Black Boy that said is it Black Boy that says the Arizona stuff? Was he the one?
No, there's some it looks like there's some beef going on inside the chat that he's referring to. Yeah, the other one, he's a driver. He's the truck driver. He was for New England and now he's with Arizona. Yeah.
All right, he was the limo driver for them, right? That's what it was.
The truck driver. He drove the truck.
Oh, but wasn't he also a limo driver formerly?
Oh, I don't know. Maybe during the off season, maybe he does the limo thing too. I don't know.
Yeah,
I thought he was a truck driver because he goes, I went from winning 7 championships to now Arizona.
Yeah, so. Exactly. But I thought he also drove limo too. I think it was. Yeah.
It would make sense.
Black Boy goes, we beefing. That's a trip. All right. Gotta love it. Gotta love it. Anyway, by the way, Bitcoin in a nice little dip. We've gone just under 54. We're at 53.8. Loving it, bro. I'm loving this dip. This last month of September is going to be a sweet month for us Bitcoin people, bro. It's going to be a sweet month because October is going to explode. So those of us that take advantage in September and load up, love it. Can't wait to see Chop Robinson today. I'm looking forward to it. No Mohamed Kamara, which kind of sucks. By the way, please smash the hell out of the like button. It's very important. Very, very important. Pass rush is a thing today. Josh Allen, Hines Allen. So let me ask you something. When you had to change your name, is it because you were bothered because you're the other Josh Allen? Well, the other Josh Allen chokes and stuff, dude. You should stay with Josh. Don't go Hines Allen. That's some weak sauce, dude. You stay and say, no, I'm the real Josh Allen. That's what you say. What's wrong with you? Come on. Got to block his ass today, by the way. Trayvon Walker, Arik Armstead, they got some guys that can pass rush, but our tackles are strong, so you should be all right there. But on the flip side, I can't wait to see Chop. Jalen Phillips is going to get some stuff. Hey, man, Emmanuel Ogbah. You don't expect a lot of snaps for Jalen. He's going to be on a snap count there. But I do expect Calais Campbell, to make an impact. I expect Sealer to definitely make an impact in this game. But I got to tell you, Emmanuel Ogbah is the guy that when I look at this game, that's one guy that I would say, hey, maybe this guy can do a little some. You know what I'm saying? By the way, let me see the receiving yards, if anything has been updated. Raheem Mostert receiving yards is no. It says receiving yards over and under Raheem Mostert 6.5. Okay, well, you want to give me money? Done. I just bet it. I just bet Raheem Mostert. I'm sorry, over 6.5 yards. That's nuts. That doesn't make any sense whatsoever. Right? Raheem Mostert? Anyway, as I digress here, let me see, what else do we have? Receiving yards. Here we go. Jalen Waddle's over and under 67.5. Raheem Mostert went up to 7.5 yards now. I just got it at 6.5. I'll take it over 7.5 yards. All he has to do is catch 2 passes. You don't have a lot of receivers. Did I just not say they're going to use the tight ends and the running backs because they don't have a ton of receivers? What are you going to do? Burn out your receivers? Jonnu Smith is back at 24.5 yards right now. I went with the over on that. They stayed with the same number. They didn't raise it. That is amazing. By the way, there's 2 Jalen Waddles now and an over and under 64.5. You could get it at minus 115. The 67.5, you can get it at over 67.5 plus 100. Over 64.5 minus 115. Braxton Berrios, 13.5 over and under. Man, I got to tell you, I am all in, dude. All in on that one. That is fantastic right there. Couple of prop bets that I like in this one. I like it a lot. Can't complain. That is good. That is very good, ladies and gentlemen. All right. What else do we have going on here in the world of sports? What else? Okay. Told you about the tight ends. We got the inactives. We got the line. We talked a little bit about the Jags pass rush. Robbie Chosen, by the way, is also activated. Don't know how much he'll get, how much action he's going to get. He does know the offense. I don't think they'll use him a ton. I don't think they trust him a ton. I think it's more about if there's injuries to the guys on the outside, or if they want to rest Tyreek, they'll run him out there and put him on the outside or run some routes. But I think he's going to be more of a decoy than anything else. Now, Robbie could do something. There's like a little wild card to this all, because you're not going to worry so much about Robbie Chosen if you're the Jags, right? And even a cornerback that is covering Robbie Chosen may not be totally focused on Robbie Chosen, maybe thinking, oh man, they're not going to use this guy that much. Robbie does have speed. If somehow he could get behind the defense, that's where I can see him with a fluke touchdown. You know what I mean? Because there's so much riding on everybody else that you really can't worry too much about Robbie Chosen. You know? So it's interesting. All right, so we took over Jonnu Smith over 24.5. We took Raheem Mostert, take it over 7.5 receiving yards. We took anytime Jonnu Smith touchdown. What else did we take? And then we've got Cards plus 6.5. Texans -3. Those are some of the selections that we have today on the show. Okay. Big O CBS pregame interviewing Austin Jackson and Teron Armstead. Yeah, I know. I read about that. They were going to interview, all 3 of them which is cool. What's the over and under McDum running the ball? I don't know if they I don't think they have player props like that. They don't. But for rushing yards, it's Raheem Mostert over and under is 46.5. Tua Tagovailoa over and under 3.5 yards. What do you think about that, Sean? The new Tua Tagovailoa, will he get over 3.5 yards? Why do I think he's going to slide 5-7 yards for a first down once today?
I can see him doing that just to stick it and say that he can run the ball. I could see him trying it one time today. I could see it.
No, I just took it. I just took over 3.5 yards for Tua for the hell of it. The new Tua. Not going to get 50 yards, but I can see him getting 5 yards or a little rush where he got a first down. I think the new Tua is going to do that. Not run a lot, but I think he will be, what's that called? Opportunistic. I think if it shows up and he's out there and everybody's deep and he's got a lane, I think he's going to take a lane and slide and help move the chains a little bit. And again, light on receivers. So you've got to be a little bit more crafty. That's not bad. That is not bad right there. I like it. Tua's gonna disappointed. Hey, Juan, what does that mean? Tua is gonna disappointed. You kind of got to have proper English. Is Tua going to disappoint you? Is that what you're trying to say? Tua gonna disappoint as usual. See, now he came back with proper English. Let's see. Big O, remember that Lamar mentioned that the last pass was intended for somebody else, so the incomplete tie tap play was just pure luck that someone... Yeah, dude, he doesn't know where he's going. That's all. Lamar, that passing game for the Ravens is as remedial as it gets, dude. Okay? By the way, our friends at Caneswear, they do a great job. Go see Brett and Jeff and Jack and all the great people out there, man. They do an awesome job. Listen, 2655 South University Drive. You can get 10% off when you use our code BIGO10. You can do it online or in person. And by the way, online, if you order over $99, you will get free shipping. You can get hats like this. You can get hats like this. Hats like this. Hats like this. You see? All kinds of stuff. Championship Panthers hats, shirts. They got jerseys, starter jackets. They got anything and everything with the logo on it. They got Dolphins gear. They got Championship Panthers gear. They got Miami Heat stuff, Marlins, all kinds of stuff, and great hats. Awesome. T-shirts galore. You're going to love it, man. So go check it out. Go see Brett, John, Jeff, all the great people out there. They do an awesome, awesome job. And they will take care of you, and tell them that Big O sent you. 2655 South University Drive in Davie. It is Caneswear.com. And order over $99. You will get free shipping. All right, what else do we have also talking on the show? Let me see. Big O, salute to O and Sean. Let's have a great year. Let's hope so, Chase One. And it starts with today. Ravens keep trying to make Lamar a pocket passer. Well, Lamar, to his credit, he wants to turn into a pocket passer, but he just can't read and throw and do all those things at a level that you need to be a elite passer. And so he'll be an athlete and he'll wow you occasionally with some stuff. And that's just kind of the way he has to live, unfortunately. That's the world that he's in right now. And Steve M also sent in another Venmo. Thank you, Steve. You're on a roll today, dude. Says, okay, after 3 in a row, I'll switch to crypto pregame. Holy shit. But you've sent crypto before. You send crypto sometimes. You don't always send it. You normally send cash on Venmo, and thank you, however you want to do it. Hey, man, we get 100% of the donations on Cash App and Venmo. So we really appreciate it there. We love the super chats, and we appreciate those too, but thinking YouTube takes 30%, so that's where that's the part that's kind of depressing that we have to deal with. Like they don't make enough money as it is. YouTube, right? True Fin Fan. He says he's got 23-16 Miami. Thank you for the super chat, sir. Appreciate you immensely. Thank you. Big O, what's your pregame prediction on the Cutter's Edge MVP? Cutter's Edge MVP for today. I'm going to go with Tua Tagovailoa. I think he's going to have a massive day today. I think we're going to see a beautiful Tua performance. Why? Because of the easy pass. He's had the hardest offense to throw in for 2 years. This year, they finally added the tight end. So Jonnu Smith, this is why with guys like Lamar and Josh Allen and these kind of cats and Richardson and all that, you have to use the tight end because that's a high percentage pass. Well, Miami has been low percentage passing for the first 2 years under Mike McDaniel. Nobody throws more downfield than the Miami Dolphins. Nobody averages more air yards per throw than Tua Tagovailoa. Nobody averages more deep balls than Tua Tagovailoa. Nobody has a better completion percentage downfield pretty much than Tua Tagovailoa. But bottom line is it's a lot harder, and it makes it harder on your quarterback. And he's still in the high 60s. So now you're going to add the tight end. Now Jonnu Smith is going to catch passes. Julian Hill will catch passes, and the running backs are going to catch passes. So his completion percentage should go even higher now. And his stats should be even better now. Because he, as I've told you over the last month, they have added the easy pass now. The pass that is in the San Francisco offense, is in the Green Bay offense, is in, wherever the Shanahan offense has been, they throw to the tight end and the running backs. But somehow or another, we didn't throw enough to the running backs here, and we didn't even throw in at all of the tight ends. And it's like, well, bro, didn't you fall from the Shanahan tree? I think we're going to see some of that today. So that's why I love Jonnu Smith over 24.5 yards. I might be wrong, but I love it. And I love Jonnu Smith anytime touchdown. I think they're going to use the tight end a lot. So we'll see. What else do we have? Yes, sir.
Barry Jackson just sent out. Achan told me he's excited about wide receiver snaps today and is very comfortable doing that. Plan has been to play him at both wide receiver and running back. Cameron Wolf noted. So,
as we've noted here, they're going to throw the tight ends. They're going to throw the running backs. We told you the easy pass. Finally, Mike McDaniel and his stubbornness, he has included the easy pass. The one that Joe Montana used, the one that Tom Brady uses, the one that Peyton Manning uses. Jesus Christ, they all threw to the tight end like crazy. We don't throw to the tight end, and we don't throw enough to the backs. You're going to see that. You're going to see that today. I'm just telling you. It's just kind of the way it goes. Abel Rodriguez, thank you for the love on Cash App, sir. Appreciate you immensely. Big O, I don't want you getting cheated. Go Fins. There you go. There you go, my man. Thank you. Thank you. Cash App or Venmo. There you go. Thank you. That's very kind of you. Love it. I love it. Big O, hopefully we can put aside all the pregame bullshit with the injuries and no injuries. Tyreek Hill, not arrested. Let's call it detained. And we can light up a victory cigar after the Dolphins. We will. We're going to talk about a victory. Hey, listen, Mike McDaniel, Anthony Weaver. Guys, I don't give a shit about excuses. There are no excuses today. You're not missing enough to lose this game. I understood in the playoffs the last 2 years you were so injury riddled, although 2 years ago, I still got to blame Mike McDaniel for not knowing the down, because that could have changed the complexion of that entire game. That drive, you score there, it's over. You eliminate Buffalo. So I got to blame a little bit of McDaniel there, a lot of the injuries, but a little McDaniel there because he pissed me off. Your coach has to know what down it is. But the injuries you have here today, the guys that are missing are not enough to say, oh, man, we were missing so many people we couldn't beat the Jags. You're missing a lot of people. I don't expect you to beat Kansas City in a frozen tundra. I'm good with that. I'll give you the benefit of the doubt. You don't get the benefit of the doubt today. You get nothing today. Get me the goddamn victory. Start 1-0. No excuses. Start 1-0. Okay? If Tua's playing 4 quarters, you better be 1-0. You better coach up that team. You better coach up that defense. You better coach up that offense. And the special teams coach that I don't trust at all, he better not be a liability in this game. So Denny Crossman better not allow a punt return for a touchdown. No excuses today. It's game 1. You have some injuries. So what? They do too. So does everybody else. Win the damn game. I don't want to hear shit at the end of the game, because you're not going to get any sympathy from me if you lose this game. You don't deserve any sympathy. You've had plenty of time to prepare. You've made your decisions. Now, get the job done. That's it. All right, folks, we're out of here. Thank you all out there for supporting the hell out of us. We appreciate it. Remember, as always, Cash App or Venmo at Cash Big O Show. That is Cash Big O Show. Cash App or Venmo. We shall see you post-game. Remember, we start our post-game show the second the game ends. We will be here. We'll have the press conference for you for Mike McDaniel and for Tua Tagovailoa. Chris Perkins and David Furones will join us fresh from the locker rooms with all the information, even with Tyreek and all the arrest stuff or detained stuff. We'll have all of that for you. And, of course, I'll break it all down and everything that I saw for the next 4 quarters. All right, folks. Thanks to Sean Stanley, who masters this entire platform. We thank everybody that tuned in. Please smash the hell out of the like button before you leave. It is very, very, very important. We will see you post-game show. Go Dolphins.
You've been listening to our Dolphins Pregame Show with Big O. The broadcast is brought to you by Welton Rayome, Acura of Pembroke Pines, Hialeah Park Casino, RM Contractors, Toyota of Hollywood, Caneswear, Sloman's Home Security, BigCheeseMiami.com, EJD Construction. The broadcast is mastered by executive producer Sean Stanley. Thank you for supporting the platform and our fantastic sponsors. Go Fins!